All right, today we're diving into a new AI tool that is causing a massive stir, and for good reason. If you create literally anything visual online for your business or just for fun, what we're about to cover could completely change how you work.
And hey, that's not me hyping it up. That is a direct quote from somebody who got their hands on it early. We are talking about a tool that's trying to be so much more than just another image generator. It's aiming to be an entire creative partner.
So let's get right into it. The core idea here is so ambitious, so big, that people are starting to call it a flat-out revolution in how we get professional photos made.
Let me just frame it with this question. What if you could have an entire photo agency right there in your pocket? That is the massive promise behind the tool we're talking about today, GenSpark AI.
So what does that actually mean? It means being able to create photos. We're talking everything from product shots to lifestyle images that are so good people are calling them scary real. And maybe the most important part, it does this in seconds with absolutely zero technical skills needed.
But okay, I know what you're thinking. There are a ton of AI tools out there right now. So what makes this one so different? Well, from what I've seen, it all comes down to three huge innovations that work together. And here they are, the three pillars. First, it's not just one AI, it's a whole team of specialized AI agents working in concert. Second, it doesn't just pretend to use tools, it actually connects to over 80 real-world apps. And third, it handles the entire creative workflow, from that first spark of an idea to the final polished image. And that third pillar, that full workflow, that is a huge deal. See, most tools, they just spit out an image, and then their job is done. GenSpark is designed to handle the whole shebang, the brainstorming, the image generation, the editing, the upscaling for print, creating variations, all of it right in one place. No more jumping between a bunch of different apps.
Now, a workflow that does all of that, it sounds incredibly complicated, right? But the technology powering it is actually pretty brilliant, and the main concept is surprisingly easy to wrap your head around.
It's a method called mixture of agents. So instead of one giant generalist AI that's trying to be a jack of all trades, GenSpark uses a team of specialists. Think of it just like a real photo shoot. You've got one expert who is a master of lighting, another one who's a genius at composition, and a third who handles all the post-production editing. Each AI agent here is a master of its own craft.
And this team-based system, it leads to some pretty clear advantages. When you put it side by side with a single AI model, which can be kind of hit or miss and pretty slow, the agent team delivers professional quality almost every time. It's way faster, doing things in seconds, and this is a big one for brands. It keeps everything looking consistent.
The pro-level features just keep coming. You get 4K resolution as the baseline. That's sharp enough for a billboard. It's built from the ground up for style consistency, and it even learns your personal style over time to make your work even faster. And then there's this super agent feature, which is wild. You can give it a broad goal like, create a photo package for my new restaurant, and it will autonomously figure out all the different shots you're going to need. It literally thinks ahead for you.
The tech is obviously mind-blowing, but what really matters is the real-world impact, right? What does a tool like this actually mean for businesses, for artists, for designers? And that brings us to the big question that's on everyone's mind.
Is this going to replace human photographers? The argument is that it actually complements them. The thinking goes like this. Let the AI handle the routine, high-volume work, the endless product shots, the social media content where speed and cost are king. This frees up human photographers to focus on the really high-end artistic projects where human nuance and creativity make all the difference.
So here's the crucial point. This was never just about making pretty pictures. It's about communication. Every single business needs to communicate visually, and the quality of that communication has a direct line to its success. Tools like GenSpark are democratizing that ability, making high-level visual communication accessible to everyone.
And that democratization is already starting to shake up the market. The early adopters, they're going to get a huge advantage with way better visuals at a fraction of the cost. Because of that, the price for high-end, human-led photography will probably go up as it becomes a more premium service. And what that creates is this growing gap between the people who are using these tools and those who are getting left behind.
So what should you do with all this information? Well, this final section is a straight-up actionable playbook. We're going to talk through clear, simple steps for different roles on how you can start taking advantage of this massive shift right now.
Okay, if you're a business owner, the advice is simple. Start experimenting now. Seriously, even on a small scale. See how it can level up your marketing materials while cutting your costs.
The key is to think beyond just making one image at a time and start thinking in systems. How can this build an entire efficient workflow for all of your visual content?
For all the marketers and designers out there, this is a clear signal. You need to add AI photography to your skill set, like yesterday. Mastering these tools is going to make you faster, more efficient, and way more valuable. A really practical first step? Start building a library of your best prompts so you can deliver amazing, consistent results every single time.
And for all the entrepreneurs, listen up, because this is a massive opportunity. The demand for high-quality, affordable visuals is never ending, and the market for AI photography services is just getting started. Most people don't even know these tools exist yet. There is a window of opportunity right now to build a whole business around this.
So I'll leave you with this. The gap between those who are using these new tools and those who aren't, it's getting bigger every single month. The companies and the creatives who adapt quickly are gaining a huge, maybe even unfair advantage. So the only real question left is, which side of that gap are you going to be on?